Welcome to Daggers and Shadow Daddies.
We're your hosts, Ryan and Adriana. Close your legs and open your book. Let's get to reading.
Warning, this podcast contains explicit content.
It's about to get nasty.
It's all vibes and no facts.
Let's get to spoiling.
Actually, there are spoilers if you plan on reading this book, so spoilers ahead.
All right, so let's review. Adri, you're in the Fortuneverse this week.
I am in the Fortuneverse, but just a little bit of a recap of what this episode is about. This is a little mini-series that we're doing where Ryan reads a smutty book and I read one of his grandmas that she gave us when she found out about our podcast.
Who do you think came out better this week? You or me?
Oh, definitely me this week.
I've had some real gems before. Well, I had a gem and it gave me hope. If you haven't read Legends and Lattes, go read that instead of whatever the fuck I'm about to talk about.
And we have a Grandma Smut episode about Legends and Lattes. I thought it was a lot of fun. And you gave it, I think, 4+ stars. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was like 4.25 even.
And a little bit of a heads up for the book Ryan read. It is going to have spoilers in this episode. This isn't a book club style. It is him telling me, because I haven't read it.
There won't be that many spoilers.
You're not going to spoil it.
It was 8 hours of nonsense. If you are curious about reading the Cinnamon Bun Book Store, don't. You'll never get those 8 hours back. You could read Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario fan fiction, and be more satisfied.
I saw that it was rated pretty well on Fable. It's like 3.5 stars, I think.
Hey, no judgment here. If you enjoyed this book, you're just bad at reading books.
No, tell me about this book. I gave you the Cinnamon Bun Book Store. Turns out that's number 2 in the series. I put us on a waiting list for several smutty books on Libby, and that one popped up, and I was like, all right, here you go. It's your turn.
It is a nonsense book, but it is sort of aware of it. At first, I kind of appreciated that. I think the location, for instance, is called Dream Harbor, or Disney Harbor.
Oh, wait. Before we dive into it, we brought up Legends and Lattes.
Read that book.
Yes, but that is not a smutty book. I did not know that when I gave it to him for his read. But
it's a great book.
It's a great book, but just feel like I have to clarify the whole purpose of this episode. That episode, you got away with not reading a smutty book that week.
Probably my favorite episode we've ever done. Right up there. Okay. Easily one of my favorite books.
Then back into, tell me about the Cinnamon Bun Book Store.
So we begin our adventure in this little island paradise, I think, or it's just a harbor. Perhaps they're in Maine. I don't know. Vermont? Does Vermont have harbors?
I think so.
I imagine this place is like Vermont. It's very pretty. And they live in this little harbor called Dream Harbor. Oh, who's this little nerd working at a bookstore? Oh, she's got no friends and she dresses like a librarian because that's kind of what she is, but also she's not. Like, I don't understand the connection between librarian and people that work at bookstores. They do not appear to be the same thing, but this book could convince you otherwise. It's very odd. Anyway, she's over perusing the books, making sure everything's orderly, and lo and behold, somebody has defaced a book.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's a romance book.
Defaced how?
They've bent some pages over.
Oh, okay.
Well, she's quite upset. Not, like, withdrawn and crying, but quite upset. And she looks on the cover. Who's this handsome pirate fellow with chesticles hanging out? Oh man, he's just a rock-solid dude. Wonderful. And then somebody pops up beside her. Who is it? Noah. No, I haven't given you our lady's name yet because I haven't remembered it. It's a dog name. Hazel.
Oh. Okay.
So it's also a person name and half of a name of a good band. Sister Hazel. A little Sister Hazel reference for you guys in the back. Anyway, Hazel's our librarian girl who runs the bookstore, does not own the bookstore. Noah shows up. Who's this Noah? Well, he's a boy who gives fishing tours and has a boat in the harbor and is otherwise sort of,
Does he become a pirate?
He's a bit of a pirate already. We'll get into Noah later. He's not known for being serious. He's there for fun and fucking tourists. It's kind of his whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't
So
prepared for that.
he's a professional pipe player, right? That's his whole thing. People ask him what he does. He's like a little on and offshore drilling, if you know what I'm saying. So she's like, oh, Noah, you've surprised me. He's like, oh, you surprised me. What's that book you're holding? And she's like, oh, somebody defaced my book. And he's like, whoa, that's odd. She's like, yeah, fucking weird, right? She puts it back. They go their separate ways.
Wait, what's he doing in the bookstore?
He was there to buy a book or perhaps talk about a book that he had already purchased. He's recently become a fan of reading, which we'll get into why that's impressive later. Point is, he's in the bookstore for some reason. I believe it was to pick up a book that he had ordered or something. I don't know. I'm going to miss a lot of the details because I listened to this in 2 separate stretches and it was so hard to concentrate. This book is just nonsense.
I felt kind of bad because you were having such a difficult time with this book, given how much you loved the last book. But also kind of feeling bad for this episode because I was really curious how this was going to go for you.
It's not good at all. I'm so excited for yours to go. But it's okay. We're going to give this as much of a fair shake as we can. Hazel is going to turn 30 in several months. The end of summer, she turns 30. I think it's September 11th. Never forget. That's not really her birthday.
Okay.
But we're going to pretend it is.
Okay.
Sometime in early September. Anywho, this is the beginning of summer. She's not a virgin, but she's kind of played off to be like this. If they mixed...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If they mixed 40-year-old virgin and... What's that movie where that girl's just unfuckable?
Oh, I did not. That was sad. I know what you're talking about. It's where I learned about the term butterface. I think they use it in there.
In the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, there's a movie. No?
No, I was
Different
thinking
movie?
of one within the last, 7 years.
Oh. Well, okay. I'm unfamiliar with that one. There was one back in the day. Not Another Teen Movie is kind of based on this, too. Gosh damn it, that lady who was in everything those years was in there. Doesn't matter, they take off the glasses, pull down the hair, and oh my god, she's a goddess.
Wait, are you talking about Princess Diaries?
No. Kinda? Maybe this is a different book, but that is perfect for what we're going for. So, when they first have, I forgot her name now.
Hazel.
No, in Princess Diaries.
Oh, Mia.
Thank you.
Why I know that, I don't know, but
So
I love
fast.
that movie.
I also love that movie. In the beginning, when Mia is sort of unfuckable is the idea, even though technically she's super cute. I thought so. Yeah, when I was a kid, I was just like, well, they're going to make her even better looking. And then it was like, no, she's just different kind of good looking. But I was into that. Anyway, this is the impression you're left with Hazel. She's just kind of frumpy and weird. And she dresses in a way that's not sexual. And she seems very repressed.
Okay.
So she is the dirty, defaced book. She's like, oh, God, put that away before somebody sees me touching this pornography.
No way.
And then lo and behold, this fella shows up. He's like, what the fuck's in your hand, Hazel? And she's like, nothing.
For real?
No, not quite, but sort
Okay,
of.
I'm trying to find the line of you having fun with the book versus what is actually happening.
You'll never know. You will never know unless you take the time to listen to this. And honestly, you might enjoy it. I will not say that somebody wouldn't enjoy this. I will say I didn't. So... when she's done playing with pornography in the shelves, she goes up to the front. She's like, hey, did you see somebody defaced one of our books? And the girl who works there with her, under her, bear in mind, Hazel runs the place.
Right.
She's 29. She runs this goddamn bookstore. And there's some poor child that works there under her. She's like, who could have done this? And she's like, I don't know. We didn't see the Great Book Bandit. She's like, well, we'll discuss it later at book club. So they have this book club that meets in the bookstore. It's lovely. Noah's a part of this book club, as is everybody else.
Wait, did he just join?
Well, at some point in the last few months. Noah's not from there. It comes up where she finds a second defaced book like a week or so later, and it's another dirty novel. And all of these things are kind of pointing to her to be like, all the pages that are marked are like, and I finally let go of my inhibitions and was reckless for once, and I took down my hair and just sucked off some stranger. Sort of the idea that you get from this. I'm paraphrasing.
Are you?
That's kind of how it goes. And she's like, are these books trying to tell me something? Do I need to follow my clit to joy? Just wait. And she's like, maybe there's something to it. Who could be doing this? And Noah, of course, he's walking around. He's like, God damn, she's always picking up those dirty fucking books. What's going on? And she's like, somebody's defacing these books. And he's like, well, who could it be? This is a small town of Dream Harbor. Dream Harbor. Can we not agree? What the fuck? How on the nose is that? Dumb. Anyway, she's like, I don't know who it could be. He's like, well, I'll team up with you and we'll solve this mystery. So now they're part of this mystery team. They're going to handle this together. They're going to meet up once in a while and discuss the ongoing investigation as to who's fucking up these books.
Is this the main conflict of the book? Is the defacing of these books?
Baby, this is the only conflict in the book.
Okay.
It's going to get weirder before it gets less weird. So they're hanging out at some point, and she's like, you know what? Oh, no, she's talking with somebody else in this book. And they're like, so you've been hanging out with Noah, huh? The great cock of the sea?
Oh.
And she's like, we're just friendly. Because they're not really friends, but I don't know. It's weird.
They're
like,
friends.
no, you gotta fuck him. 'Cause before time's running out. You gotta, at 30, your vagina sews itself shut. It's all over. That's kind of the idea that we're getting from this. You gotta do it while you're young, and at 30, you're no longer young. As somebody who is beyond the age of 30, your vagina does not sew up. Don't panic, ladies. It's gonna be fine. You've got time. I'm here to help. You do not need to forego testing and don't forego safety in your sex life because you're about to turn 30 and you're worried it's all going to come to a stop. It will not.
You know, that actually is a really good PSA, that you shouldn't forgo safety just because you're turning 30. Like, there is that pressure of going into your 30s. Maybe not to fuck everybody. I didn't have that.
No offense, I had you locked down before then. Oh, worried when you turned 30, you were going to be like, God damn it, this isn't the only penis I want now.
But there are societal pressures turning 30.
Well, I tell you what, fuck the societal pressure is all I'm saying. You don't need to do what this lady's doing, and I don't like that it's propagating this nonsense. So, Noah, in his spare time, this is kind of a side plot. Noah, in his spare time, has been fixing up these little sea shanties that are owned by the town.
Okay. What's a sea shanty?
You know, like a little cabin type thing, kind of on the...
Okay.
In the cove, whatever you'd call it, right?
Yep.
Little harbor houses. And I know what you're thinking. Brandy, right?
Oh, the song?
Right,
I'm following.
Hey, there we go. I kept thinking, man, Brandy would be such a cool song to listen to while you're listening to this. And then the book would fuck it up and it wouldn't be fun anymore because it would just ruin Brandy for me.
No.
Anyway, Noah, in his side time, has been renovating these places.
Renovating, fishermen,
Not
banging ladies.
Yeah, these are the things he does. But he's been doing it in secret because he didn't get permission from anybody in town to do this.
Oh.
And he doesn't own them. He's just been donating his own time and material to these projects, which good for our boy. But also, I don't think the author understands the expense of things like flooring and subflooring, let alone the time. But if he's putting these out there and it's in a coastal area, he's got to be using flooring, number one, that holds up well to the humidity while nobody's in them and can handle expansion and contraction because they're not constantly maintained and heated and cooled.
Did you write up an estimate while listening to
No, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, so let's say it's a small 1,200 square foot cabin. Let's say that he's paying $425 if it's not on an island, right, a foot for material, and we're running a 10% overage for waste on our material. Exactly. We're at 1,320 square feet. Normally you get around 18 to 19 square feet in LVT or an LVP per box. Realistically, this dude's spending like a couple grand a cabin by the time he's done with subfloor just for the flooring. He hasn't even done the trim or anything in there yet.
Just the bare bones.
Yeah, and I don't know where he's keeping tools and things to do this. You can't keep these on a boat. They would rust. Like, and again, you're in a harbor town. I don't know what they have for amenities and things there, but he's been doing this nonsense in secret. Nobody said anything. He's working within all codes, I'm sure. Well, who could he get permission from in this town? Perhaps the mayor.
Okay.
Well, he hasn't discussed it with the mayor, but we know somebody that's got a real close connection to the mayor.
Is it Hazel?
Hazel. One of Hazel's dads is the mayor.
Oh, she has two dads?
She has two dads.
Okay.
And a mom.
Oh.
Don't know. The mom didn't come in until the last 3/4 of the book. I thought it was just a couple,
Just two men raising their daughter.
Yep. Well, they hopefully had her raised before she was 29, but I've got questions on that too. Yeah.
What does her other dad do for work?
I don't know. No idea.
You're going to have to read book 3.
I will not. But the mayor dad has dreams. He believes himself to be clairvoyant.
Oh.
Here's the crazy thing. The rest of the town believes it too.
Oh,
So
it's the
he
Dream
occasionally,
Harbor.
so eventually people just bring up, he's like, I had a vague dream about this and it was good. And people are like, cheering, and they're all full of nonsense.
Is this in like some magical world fantasy, or is
No,
this like
it is
our
played
world?
off like this is real life. And not to worry, because after Hazel has decided to finally shirk her Sherpa or whatever her covering was, the burlap she used to wear as a shirt, now that she's out there really exposing herself to the world. And
Why did she start dressing differently?
well, it just, she doesn't really start dressing differently. She kind of dresses a little more for Noah's eye, because she's like, hey, Noah. Noah's like, listen, you're worried about turning 30. He's like, let's give her one last hurrah before you're old as fuck.
Stop.
No, that's basically what happens. He's like, I'll fuck you for the summer. And she's like, okay, that could be fun. Sure. But we'll let it happen organically. So their first little lunch date is a picnic on the beach. Adorable, right?
Right.
And I actually am going to give him 5 points for this. He made, well, he didn't make sandwiches. We'll get into that later. He got sandwiches from a deli down the street.
Okay.
So he brings the cooler, lays out a towel for him and stuff. They're hanging out on the beach. He brings her a big obnoxious hat that keeps the sun off of her because she's never seen the sun before. She's a librarian. So she would
Write
melt
that
in
down.
the sun.
I need a huge umbrella if you're going to take me on a sunny date.
First of all, I make sure that we have umbrellas in every vehicle in case the sun were to be where we are. So they go out on this date. She's like, well, the hat is stupid looking, but it is keeping the sun off of me. She's like, it touches my shoulders. I'm like, this bitch is wearing a sombrero. This is a big sun hat. I don't know what's going on, but it seems a little appropriative. Not my thing. Not getting into it. And Noah's like,
seen Blake Lively with this huge hat on? No,
no,
you probably
it took me
haven't.
until just now to realize who Blake Lively is. I
There's
don't
a
know what
video
her
of
hat
somebody
is.
following her, and I think it's like this PR thing, but she's playing it off like it's not PR. But her hat is so big, she actually gets away with this entire video of someone following her and never spotting that she's being followed by a person with a camera, like going down streets and walkways and into stores, and her hat is so goddamn big she doesn't see anything.
Can I tell you a secret?
What?
That was not Blake Lively, that was Hazel. On her way to the beach in this goddamn hat. So she's wearing this enormous hat. She eventually comes to terms with the fact that the SPF is going to be pleasant for her underneath this covering. Which she also says the sun can't get through it. I don't know what the fuck the hat's made out of. It's that big of a hat. It's got to be heavy if it's dense enough. The sun cannot breach it in any way. Anyway. But what's going to be a problem if you're on the beach about to have a picnic?
Wind.
Oh, that's a great point.
Okay.
Not a real problem for them,
Sand.
though. They laid out a blanket, so they don't have the old Anakin Skywalker problem with that.
All right.
Dump ducks.
Oh, yeah. Seagulls.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking seagulls. So the seagulls, they're closing in, right? Don't worry about it. Our sailor boy, he's like, he's going to go chase him off. He's like, not to worry, I'll be back. And he goes and he chases him away, and he's like, he's kicking sand and shit at him, just roosting all over the place. And then he comes and lays back down. He's like, they won't be a problem for long. Or they won't be back for a while. They followed him back. They were right there, right away. And she includes that in the book. She's like, yeah, we know he's an idiot. I'm like, okay, this guy should understand how seagulls work. He's a goddamn fisherman, but whatever. So they go to have a sandwich, and she's like, oh my God, what a delicious looking sandwich. Did you make this yourself? Now, I imagine it's still in the packaging from the deli. And he's like, no, I got them from the deli. She's like, oh, good. They have the best sandwiches. You could have never made a sandwich that would compete with this.
No way.
That's basically
something to that effect.
Well, she says, oh my God, wonderful. They have the best sandwiches.
Okay.
I'm including more detail.
Thank you.
I'm here to help. I'm going to make this book interesting. Bear in mind, we're like an hour into this book at this point. This is really what we know. So in their summer of fun, right? They're sitting there, they're out on the beach, and he's like, oh, you know what the best part of the beach is? She's like, oh, I don't know. Is it the water sounds and nature? He's like, nope, it's naps. And he throws a fucking hat over his head. And she's like, are you really going to go to fucking sleep right now? He's like, oh, fuck yeah. This is great. He's like, you can nap here, and then you can wake up later and just leave. Like how naps work. He acts like this is something different. He's like, no, because it's on the beach. And she's like, you know, those seagulls will shit on you, right? Like, she doesn't say that, but I feel like that should have been uttered at some point.
I would assume she didn't say that.
She didn't quite say that, but I think she may have brought it up at some point. I don't know. Hazel's
So
hard
in
to
the middle of their date, he wants to take a nap and
Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to get you there. You just hold your
I'll
horses.
sit. I
Don't
got
get
this,
excited. It took me 8 hours. You're gonna have to sit down for just a minute. All right. So then, what do? They don't really take a nap. They kind of cuddle up, and she's like, "Hey, will you just kind of hug me a little bit?" And she's like, "But his body looks so good there on the beach." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I'll cuddle up to you." And she's like, "My body is heating up a little bit." And she's like, "If we weren't out here in the public, I'd probably fuck you." And he's like, "I'll diddle you right here." She's like, "On the beach in front of everyone?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. We got a towel." So he kind of like flops a towel over him, and then he diddles her to completion.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, to completion?
Yeah, she comes hard.
What?
And-
One time? Multiple times?
But just the one time.
Okay.
Jesus, he's not a magician. An orgasm, Adri. More than one? How dare you assume that's even possible? Yeah, I don't understand. It's a goddamn fantasy book. She could have come 17 times right there.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been so much better,
But-
weirdly.
Okay,
But
this
no,
towel
she
is
comes
much
once.
bigger than I'm hoping
I assume it's
bigger.
multiple towels, or he just threw like a dish towel over his hand, which would be so funny to me. They're laying on the big one, and he's like, no, we've got more towels. And it's just a little hand towel that's just covering his hand. Anyway, so she comes, and she's like, oh my God, it came on a beach. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to have to wash this towel. He didn't say that, but he meant it. And she's like, well, that's my reckless summer fun. And so she decides, okay, it's time to leave now. I've come when I got what I came for. I got a sandwich and I got to come. I'm out. Now, what do I appreciate about this? Flipping of gender roles. He technically brought the food and the sandwiches,
Okay.
and then he made her come, and then she left.
Yes.
I do like
Did
that.
he stay and take a nap?
We're not left to assume what he did. I think he was blue balling pretty hard at that point. Because nothing came of his. And she was like, well, I'm not going to blow you on the beach. And he's like, come on, hand towel. Nobody will see. It'll be fine. He just drapes a towel over the back of her head. It would have been very funny to me. But that's not what happened. We don't know what happens to him. I assume he fucks off eventually. Oh, I lied. There was actually some big plot shit that happened then, too.
With the
Before
books?
that. No, they review their suspect list and they roll them all out, and it's whatever. But eventually she's like, so, what brought you here? Where are you from? He's like, well, my family's got a big successful fish business, and I didn't graduate high school because I couldn't, and then I abandoned my family, and I left my dad a check for this old boat on his desk and just left and came here.
This guy sounds like a loser.
Well, so this is the idea. He's kind of a beach bum type dude, right? But clearly he's got piles of disposable income.
Okay.
Now, where that came from, we do not know. Because we know he left his family when he turned 18 because he dropped out of high school to run this family business thing, and he was too dumb to do it. And he's got two sisters who are currently running the family business and making a killing. They are correct. They are good for the job. And then she's like, oh, so you don't read well. And he's like, you calling me stupid? She's like, no, but if you want to learn things, it'd be cool. Basically, she's like, no, you're not a dummy, but she kind of calls him a dummy, and he's offended by it. And then he's like, nah, I don't know why I'm offended by this. I'm just here to fuck this hot librarian. I'll get over it. But he's developing feelings for her, and now he cares about what she thinks of him. And she's like, you should go back to school. Or she doesn't say you should go back to school. And he thanks her for that. He's like, thanks. Everybody says I should go back to school. You didn't do that. And I'm thinking, you're a little bit older than Hazel is. Hazel's about to be 30. You're at 32 years old. You should not go back to school.
Could just get your GED.
This is the correct approach. Get your GED. Or perhaps if you're still making a killing with the fishing business, yeah, he should go nowhere near a school. He's fingering bitches on the beach. Okay. My name's Kyle, and I'm here to go to school. Talking like the turtle from Finding Nemo. That fucking goober. Any Hoosier. I don't know where he got the down payment for the boat. Like, it makes no sense. He was not gainfully employed prior to this. Just family money, and he's got piles of it. Hence, he's also spending a lot of it on renovating these places that he still has told nobody about because he's also a little embarrassed.
Why is that embarrassing?
Oh, because they might think he's awesome. I don't fucking know. It makes no sense. He's got his craftsmanship is out of this world, we later learn. Anyway, So he jacks her off after this tense conversation, and then she leaves. She's at the bookstore trying to pretend like she didn't get jacked off on a beach yesterday. And everybody's like, Hazel, we saw you floating around with our, cock of the sea boy out there. She's like, oh, Noah and I are just friends. And they're like, oh, really? That's not how Noah does things. He lays pipe. And you're an untapped well, baby. And she's like, no, don't be stupid. Let's just have our book club after the bookstore closes, because I think that's where they meet, is in the bookstore to have their book club. And it's ambiguous whether it's happening in the middle of the day or whether it's happening at the end of the day. It's all over the place. But they meet there nearly daily, I believe. So they're drinking wine and talking about books like you and I do. Same.
Same.
And eventually somebody's like, so, did you find out who was defacing the books? And she's like, no, I haven't found out who it was yet. She's like, oh, is it still happening? Yep, still happening. I'm finding these dirty books guiding me straight to Noah's cock. And they're like, well, it could be anyone. Who's to say? Do you have a guess as to who's defacing the books?
Noah.
No, it's a fair guess.
Is it the younger girl that works? Did you say their name already?
I don't know their name.
Well, did you reference who they are?
Okay, I'm going to say that there are 6 members in the book club. She has 2 fathers, a mother, 2 other women that work in the bookstore with her.
I'm assuming it's someone that works at the bookstore.
You would think so. That's not it. We'll get to it later.
Oh, you
Good
asshole.
Guesses. So they go back and forth a little bit. And they're like, oh, so anyway, this Noah business. And she's like, it's fine. I'm just having some fun. We're just hanging out. Somehow it leads into she and Noah are going out on more dates. They discuss more things with books. They keep acting like goofy teenagers who are too afraid to actually discuss anything with each other. But they do end up occasionally like meeting up. And at some point they meet up somewhere. I don't remember whether it was her house, his house. Maybe it's his house, something like that. She gets, how does this work? Okay, so he jacks her off, right?
Right.
Gets her off. And then she is overcome with appreciation. She's like, I'm going to blow your mind, little boy. And she yanks down his trousers, and he's like, you don't have to do that. It probably tastes like seawater. And she's like, it's going to be great. I love fish.
No, that did not happen.
And she just throat-goated her way straight into his heart. And then he's like, oh, my God, I think I might love this woman. And he goes back and forth a little bit. He comes, she comes. Everybody's coming all over the place. It's wonderful. She's like, did I do good? Oh, okay. Well, I do remember how this happened now. So at some point there's somewhere. And he's like, yeah, you wear those cotton polka dot panties that I'm all into. And I'm like, why is he infantilizing her underwear?
Oh, that is a good point. That is weird.
Yeah. And she's like, I've never been told that they're sexy before. And he's like, oh, all I can think about is those bad boys on you and nothing else. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, she's not even wearing grown-up underwear and you're making it weird. I was like, tell her you want her to take those off. Like, I would like to see you not in children's underwear. That would be ideal, but not the way they do it. He's over there playing connect the dots, if you know what I mean. So and she is elated with the fact that he thought they were sexy. And she's like, I bought a thong once because somebody said that these underwear weren't cute. And so I bought a thong, but it wasn't comfortable. So I quit wearing it after I quit seeing that guy. And he's like, I don't know what they're talking about. Nothing sexier than white cotton panties with polka dots on them. And I'm like, the fuck is this guy's fetish? I don't know. Anyway, that's when he decides to go ahead and I can't remember if he jacked her off or if he went to Chowtown. One or the other, he gets her off without using his member, his gratuitous cock, which I don't actually think we heard about it being big. I think maybe he's just good at using it. Maybe this is supposed to be a feel-good story for regular-sized Rudy penises. I don't know. Because it was the one story where it wasn't like, his massive hog just destroyed me for other men. There was none of that in this. Anyway, then she goes to blow him, and she's like, I keep looking at him, making sure I'm doing it right. Like, she's like, got his cock in her mouth, and she's like looking at him like, question, like, is this correct? And he's like, honestly, you're gonna do fine. Just go to town, homie. So he does, and then before he comes, he's like, get the fuck off of here, and he like pushes her off, and then comes in his hand. That's a plot point because he's a gentleman. He's like, I'm not here to feed this. This ain't no soup kitchen. Get the gravy out of her mouth. It's like, can't be giving this shit away. I'm a wealthy man. So he throws it in his hand and then throws it in the garbage. So, Let me go drop the kids off at the sanitarium. You know what I'm saying? It's a cow. So he pitches his load in the trash. She's like, did I do good? And he's like, oh, that was the best ever. And she's like, really? Would you believe I haven't had that much practice? He's like, no. No, I would not. He's like, I believe that you've been blowing dudes semi-professionally since 92. And she's like, no, not even really that much. And I've never heard a positive review on it up till now. And he's like, that is crazy to me. He's like, also wild that you're getting complaints about blowjobs. Who were these men? Is more or less, again, paraphrasing. It's like, who were these men complaining about head? And she's like, oh, they were very smart. He's like, they must have been dumb. She's like, no, they were so smart. Like, super educated, definitely finished high school. And he starts feeling bad about himself almost instantly after he came.
There's no way this is happening.
Yeah.
You are exaggerating.
Maybe a little. But basically what's happening is as soon as he comes, she starts bragging about the other dudes who she used to fuck, which I believe were maybe two. Yeah. And she's like, and they were so fucking smart. Because he's like, well, they couldn't have been that smart because they didn't keep you. And she's like, no, they were so fucking smart. Like, she's arguing with him. He's like, oh, okay. She's like, you probably wouldn't get it because you didn't finish high school, but these guys are really onto something. And then he's like, okay, well, I'm going to go cry now, thanks. So he leaves after he came. And at this point, everybody's come. I think they were actually in the library at this point, which I sort of get, where I'm like, I've never fucked in a library. I'm not like a public library.
A private library?
No, like a school library.
Ryan, shame.
I was a child. With another child. We weren't fucking. But you can
get stuff done.
Yeah, things can happen.
Is this the school you and I went to?
No.
Okay, I was just curious. Doesn't matter.
Point is, I don't think it happened at that school. Nevertheless, they leave. He leaves the library. Worried that he was going to get smarter just being there, I'm sure. After her just tirade about how brilliant these other men were. And then somehow they end up talking back and forth very sporadically from here on out. So he works part-time also at a bar.
Wow, okay.
Hold on, as a cook.
All right.
Because that's who you want, is a part-time line cook at your bar on the harbor. When he's not out fishing with customers and working on houses, Habitat for Humanity style, he's in there. So she's like, well, I want to go get some food. And I haven't seen Noah in a few days or heard anything from him. And people are like, you should text him. And she's like, no, that'd be weird. I almost swallowed his cum. Like, she didn't say that, but I think that's what she's feeling. She's like, oh, last time I saw him, I almost bit his penis. Anyway. So she goes to this fucking restaurant, and lo and behold, who's there in the back cooking? Noah. Noah sees her, and he's like, what's up, girl? What are you doing? She's like, I want to get something to eat. He's like, you didn't come here to see me? She's like, no, it's just the best place in town to eat something. He's like, weird. I work here quite often, and I just don't see you here, ever. Never fucking happened. They talk a little bit back and forth, and they're going to share secrets eventually. And his secret, this might have been when this was early. So sorry. The secret sharing happened before they jacked each other off on the beach, or before he jacked her off on the beach.
Okay.
The secret for him was that he didn't finish high school. And she's like, I'm not surprised. You don't read. And her secret was that she doesn't believe in her dad's dreams.
Oh,
and
okay. That sounds like a big deal when the entire town believes it.
Well, to you and her. Because Noah immediately starts laughing like this is a joke. He's like, the fuck? Nobody believes in that nonsense. And she's like, no, yeah, the whole fucking town does. He's like, there's no fucking way. This whole town cannot be Fruit Loops. She's like, oh yeah, no, everybody's nuttier than a squirrel turd, and it would break my dad's heart to find out that I don't think he's clairvoyant. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking if he were really clairvoyant, he'd fucking know. What do I know? I'm not the guy who writes this nonsense. Anyway, when they're talking back at the restaurant, let's fast forward 4 hours of the story.
Thanks.
They eventually decide they're going to meet up and discuss their book assailant. Right?
Okay,
They're like, oh, we got to
right.
discuss more about this person who's vandalizing my goddamn books. We learned that she does not own the library. A rich lady from out of town owns the library. She
Library?
actually lives
You
in...
mean bookstore?
Yes, you're correct. Bookstore. I got focused on where they were fucking. They were fucking in a bookstore, not a library either. We could do that.
What?
Sorry. Now I'm thinking about it. The book may have inspired me. I don't know. Don't wear the underwear. Anyway, so She's like, oh, I just run the place for, I'm going to call her Jeanette. Jeanette shows up once or twice a year just to kind of look things over and see how things are going. And then she goes the fuck back home because her parents bought it for her as a gift. Because what did this story need? One more weird Nepo baby. Do you think this person's going to be important in any way?
No.
Good. You will not be disappointed. They are not. I don't believe we ever meet them. It was just explained away so that we know that she doesn't own the bookstore.
I've learned from your grandma's books, though, sometimes these little things, especially when I see that there were a ton of books in this little universe you're in, that they'll mention a name, go in depth, and it becomes nothing because they're relevant in other books.
There's a book where it becomes something?
Yes.
Well, that's unnecessary. This whole thing goes nowhere. Anyway, he's like, oh, so interesting. So you just run the place? She's like, yep, I just run the place. My dad's the mayor. I don't remember if her other dad has a job. Maybe he's a stay-at-home father to what I would assume they have dogs. And that's probably just a problem of mine.
I don't know.
I'm assuming they have dogs.
Because she didn't mention she has other siblings, I'm assuming.
No, I believe she's an only child of 2 fathers and a mother.
Okay.
Super doted on.
Okay.
Her mom's a little harsh when she shows up, but even then it's more in a constructive, harsh way. Like, she's just type A personality.
Okay.
And her one father seems to be very type B. I don't know about the other dad. I just don't remember him being mentioned much. Other than at some point, she just says, my dad. So maybe we do get information on him, but she says, my dad does this, my dad does that. And I'm like, bitch, you have 2. You have to clarify whether this is mayor dad or other dad. He called them by their names. Like, oh, my father Scott, my father Daniel. I don't know. Oh, what is happening after this? Oh.
Did they solve anything with the
absolutely
assailant?
Not.
Okay.
No, they are not good at solving mysteries. They go back to her house. I think she's a little scared of something or something happens. And so Noah goes back to her place. What do they do there? They fuck.
Okay.
Finally. For real.
Oh, I forgot. They haven't actually.
Yeah, this time they're breaking through the old great wall of her polka dotted panties.
Oh, God.
He is penetrating that woman. And he's stoked about it. He's like, well, this is magical. I'm so glad I'm here. And he's at this point he's like, I think I fucking love her. And I'm like, this man cannot be fucking that many people and falls in love this easily. This is not how this works. And the whole time he's like, oh man, I wonder if she's planning on keeping me around after her 30th birthday, or if it's like last hurrah, she's going to turn 30 in a few weeks. And then what will I be? Just back on my boat, jacking off and catching fish? He seems really tore up about this whole situation. And she's thinking the whole time like, oh no, what if I'm developing feelings, but he only sees this as a few months stint because he's good at short relationships and stuff. And I'm not good at that. I'm used to dating smart guys who don't understand what blowjobs are supposed to be like. And that's their big thing, back and forth. So they fuck. And then the next morning, no, they fuck that night. He's getting a call. His phone's blowing up, right as he was done. And finally, she's like, you can answer that. He's like, oh, no, it's supposed to be you and me time. And she's like, no, he's so cute. He prioritizes me. And then he looks over and he sees it's his niece's call, or it's his sister, and it's a FaceTime call. He's like, oh, fuck, I've been estranged for a long time. He talks to his sisters very occasionally. Very, very occasionally. So this is a big
deal that they're calling.
Yeah, and he's concerned. So he's like, oh, fuck, so we better put a shirt on and pull a blanket up over his cock. Because at this point, we haven't heard it described how big it is. We can assume it's a full-size blanket and a full-size penis.
All right.
He answers the FaceTime. Who is it? His 2 lovely nieces. I don't remember their names, but they're 6.
Okay.
And they're like, Uncle Noah. And she's like, oh my God, so cute. Niece is calling. They're like, why didn't you answer the phone? He's like, I was busy. And they're like, the background doesn't look like your house. Whose house are you in? And he's like, I'm at a friend's house having a sleepover.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, so crazy. And he's like, yeah, no sleepovers for you guys. And they keep making fart noises and laughing about it. I don't remember. Their conversation was sort of nonsensical, as it would be with 2 6-year-olds.
I'm assuming it's supposed to be this cute uncle situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it gets cuter. Honestly, if you do listen to it, it's adorable. I'm not going to sell that part short. Probably the best part of the whole fucking book. And then he's like, but you said that it was never a bad time to talk to you, so we called you and you didn't answer. And he's like, I'm so sorry, but I promise. What do you need? What's going on? And one of them's freaking out. really having a hard time. And he's like, hey, what the fuck is going on, ladies? Like, this is scaring me. And one of them's like, I don't want mom to have the other baby. And he's like, oh, fuck, sister's pregnant. He's like, first of all, you shouldn't be telling me that. Like, this is clearly super secret squirrel information I'm not supposed to know. And he's like, it's going to be fine. You're still going to be loved. And everybody is having a great time. And he talks him down. Then you hear the mom come in the room. And she's like, where the fuck is my phone? And they're like, Edith, why do you have my phone? And she picks up the phone. She's like, oh, hello, Noah. And he's like, hello, Gretchen. I changed her name twice, I think. It doesn't matter. The sister is not that important. She's like, so, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, just hanging out. And she's like, doesn't look like your house. And he's like, man, all the bitches in this family are nosy. Like, this should have been a verbal thing, not a FaceTime. Weird. Anyway, they go through their thing a little bit. And the whole time she's listening in. She's been in and out of the room, but she's paying attention to the conversation. Hazel is. And then he's like, okay, well, she's like, are you coming home anytime soon? He's like, probably not. Love you, bye. Click. Hangs up on his sister. She's like, well, your niece is so cute, so lovely. Congratulations. He's like, yeah, they're my only people that I love and treat well. And she's like, oh my God, he's so cute and handsome. Moving forward, they fuck again the next day because he gets up and he goes to make himself coffee and he looks so good in his boxers, just floating around the kitchen. He sits beside her and he's like, so about this mystery thing. She's like, I don't even give a shit anymore. Like, the mystery thing, it just doesn't matter. He's like, okay, all right. She's like, so, how's your family doing? And he's like, can we not talk about heavy shit? That's not what we do. And she's like, oh, wow. So sorry. Basically, he says it nicely.
Yeah, but still, it kind of validates her fears of him not wanting more.
Well, to be fair, though, she does just keep doing it. Like, clearly, if he's having a tough moment, the last thing he wants to do is talk to some lady who he's fucking. Right. She hasn't offered him more than that, other than scolding him on his decision to not finish school, and then this nonsense. Any Hoosier, he's like, well, that was fun. No more difficult conversations. How about we just go back and fuck again? And she's like, okay. So they go do that, and then they split ways. I think because she scolds him again at the end of that one, or some nonsense. So then, will they, won't they, will they, won't they? And they make this plan. He makes this plan. He's like, I am going to talk to the mayor at the next town hall meeting about fixing up these places. And he's got this whole plan written out. So he's trying to become a responsible man.
Oh, right? He's growing up finally.
Yeah, he's trying because he wants to be man enough for Hazel. So he's got all kinds of cool things in the works. He's really putting in the effort. Hazel is kind of disillusioned with him a little bit at this point. She's like, nah, you know, he's such a child. Just a sexy, sexy child that I fuck sometimes. Like,
oh, God.
Weird.
But when she sees him going up, talking to the mayor?
No, he doesn't get to that point yet. Town hall meeting. Things are going astray in the town hall meeting. He brings up something and, there's a new business came into town. The old ice cream place. Some new lady from out of town bought that ice cream place. I assume it's another spin-off book.
I bet it is.
Yeah. And she's a bitch. She comes in there. They're like, so what are your plans and stuff with the business? And she's like, I don't see why that's any of your fucking business.
Oh,
like,
damn.
I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to do what I want to do there. And they're like, can't wait for you to reopen the ice cream place. And she's like, give you a little hint. I'm not going to be selling fucking ice cream.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they're like, but it was really good ice cream. She's like, yeah, fuck you guys. I don't owe that to you. And so the meeting goes really astray. He's like, well, you may find this, the mayor's like, you may find this crazy. I actually had a dream about you opening the ice cream place and it was awesome. So this lady's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I also could care less. And the whole town's like, what? She doesn't understand. Like, we need to help this bitch know what's happening, and she's not having any part of it. Meeting ends. It's very sad.
He didn't go to this meeting?
No, he did. He was there, but he couldn't find the time to get in there edgewise. And then Hazel needed something in this amount of time, and he's like, has to choose between going with Hazel to do whatever it is she wants to do and being at this meeting.
It's
and he's
good that
like,
you picked her.
Yeah, so he picks her over the meeting. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm going to stand by this, actually. The correct thing to do would be to tell Hazel, hey, this is what I'm planning on doing at this meeting. I'll be there in 20 minutes. If your problem cannot handle itself for 20 minutes, you should seek other help. But whatever. He decides to go with Hazel. They fuck a little bit. They talk a little bit. He takes her to the cabin. She's like, oh my God, this is the greatest craftsmanship I've ever seen. You're incredible. He's like, well, it's also a little bit illegal because I didn't get any permission for anything. She's like, oh, Father would love this. And they go out on the boat. They go on some boat adventure. A storm comes up. He gets them safe from the storm somehow. She's like, oh my God, you saved my life. And they fuck on a boat. And they end up going back. He proposes his stuff to the mayor eventually. He decides he's going to fix up the cabins. His tourist business is going gangbusters. I'm breezing through the end of this book now because I don't think anything important really happens from here on out.
Yeah, I'm really shocked.
Yeah, not to worry. She and Noah have split the sheets a couple different times during this point, and at some point, Daddy Mayor is like, oh, her 30th birthday comes. That's
okay.
Her 30th birthday comes, and she's a little bit sad, and she's like, well, it's all over now. I'm going to be dead any day because 30, you know? It's wild. And her dad's like, so did you get the hints? And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like,
stop.
He's like, yeah.
No.
He's like, yeah. He's like, you're dead, and I can see both the dads are just sitting there just folding over pages on dirty books, being like, you should let that guy fuck you. And she's like, it was you the whole time? He's like, yeah, it was us the whole time. So then she calls Noah. She's like, Noah, you're not going to fucking believe this. He's like, it was your dad's. And she's like, how did you know? That didn't happen, but it should have. Because they talked about everybody else that lived in the town. Anyway.
That's kind of cute.
And her mom, she goes to bitch to her mom about it. She's like, I can't believe Dad would do this nonsense. And she's like, really? The guy that says he has clairvoyant dreams and runs the town based off of whims? You're somehow surprised by this? He's a whimsical motherfucker. This is the most whimsical shit that could be done to you. Yes, it was definitely him. You should have seen this coming. You know this man. And this is where I say her mom's a little bit bitchy, but she's like, you're being a little dramatic. We know him. You should have known.
He sounds like a fun dad.
He seems awesome. I would sincerely like to read the book that has anything to do with him because I believe the dad is an absolute cartoon character that I could really enjoy. And I'm curious as to how her mother and the fathers coexist.
Yeah.
It seems like a small town, but it doesn't seem like her mom lives there anymore, but also she seems very present in Hazel's life, especially considering Hazel is 30 fucking years old. Anyway, Noah then decides he's gonna be a part of his family's life. He had only met his nieces twice prior to this in person. Everything else had been FaceTime calls. So he's like, fuck it, I'll be there for Thanksgiving. They go for Thanksgiving, and they're like, oh, you bring this girl with you? And Hazel's like, oh, it's me. I'm here to hang out with you guys. And then the book jumps forward. I don't know if it's a year, 2 years, something like that. And lo and behold, it's somebody else. Like, and Noah must have a brother or something. And he brings a girl. And Hazel's like, oh, Troy brought a girl this year. How cute. And then somebody else is pregnant, and they all live happily ever after.
And that's the story.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I skipped over a lot, but also I feel like you got all the key points.
Yeah, no, it sounds like I got key points on who is defacing the books in order to give clues for her to bang. I really wasn't buying that, but
I honestly, the whole way up until that point, I was just like, the whole town's got to be in on this because it's a small bookstore. She and 2 other people work there. There are 3 people in this bookstore. You're not going to see somebody thumbing through the pages of these romance books and then, well, who picked up that book last?
Right.
We could figure out who this is pretty quickly.
There's
it seems
no
like the entire town kind of knew who it was. Everybody but Hazel and Noah
He's actually just telling
aware.
everybody because he likes to.
He's like, hey, which one of these books do you think is going to make her fuck that pirate? That was pretty much what I got from it. Oh, yeah. Noah got better at reading because he was a part of the book club. On to your story.
Wow, that is hard to follow. That is.
It was a hard to get through book. Like I said, that was 8 hours, and I really, truly think I hit most of the key points. It was so fluffy and nonsense, and it was full of 30-year-old people acting like they were 20. And I think that was the part where I'm like, this is stupid. But then there's a whimsical mayor who's arguably in his 50s doing shit like he's 14, and I loved it. So I don't know.
Do you remember the mayor from the Powerpuff Girls?
Oh, that's exactly who I imagined. Only instead of the Miss Bellum.
Right.
Instead of Miss Bellum,
it's his husband.
it's just his husband, who
Right.
maybe is a busty redhead. We don't know. I'm not here to assign anything. They do touch on some things very well. There's a trans individual in this book
Okay.
who is referred to as they, and the mayor and his husband. I mean, they touch all the key points.
It sounds like they brought it up, but it wasn't this big
They did
deal.
not make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Which I really liked,
That
actually.
it just made it so normal.
Yeah, there were, again, as much as a clairvoyant mayor can be normal, everything here was really well done. It was a shitty thing done well, is what I'll say.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good thing poorly done. And I think that's part of what made me angry, it was like, man, the shitty thing, I want to hate it because I did not enjoy it. But it wasn't poorly done.
So this is where in mine, I picked it up. You picked this one for me. I grabbed two. You ended up handing me this one. And I was loving it the whole time. I'm like, here we go. We have a book with plot. We have someone finally solving a mystery. And then...
Don't give away the ending.
I'm not giving away the ending, but I was mad on the last chapter. Mad in how it was tied up. I was so pumped coming into this to sit down and tell you about it because I was like, here we go. This is finally, we're back to Amish level story, like the Amish one.
Undercover in Amish country.
Yeah, I was like, awesome. I'm loving it. And then the ending just flopped. And it was on purpose.
Take us into Sexy Texan 2.
Okay, Sexy Texas.
Sexy Texan 2 Electric Boogaloo. Where it all goes down.
So I didn't realize there's a whole Fortune family in Texas universe that's going on with these books.
The way you said books so aggressively.
Books.
You are upset with this.
I don't know. I think it was our first episode of the Grandma Smut Corner that I did. No, it was the second one that I did the Fortune twins.
I think it was our last one.
And no, the last one was something about
Oh, you're right.
the canine refuge.
Yeah, that was nonsense.
That was ridiculous.
Okay.
But this is like book 2 from the Fortune family one. And when I started reading it, I'm like, wait a minute, these characters seem familiar. And I started reading, it's the sister in this book from the other one.
Which sister? Whose sister? Fortune's sister?
No, do you remember this girl?
Or the girl who had the baby's sister?
She had the babies, and she was the chosen child of the triplets.
Holy shit, this is one of the triplets?
This is one of the triplets in her story.
It is with great sorrow that today we must apologize. We don't actually hate cats.
Wait, that was never... this is
Ferrets are animals too.
This is going to be very
Not just soulless
disjointed.
stretchy.
Very confusing. We needed to pop on here and say, well, it'd be nice for us to hear what my book is about. Unfortunately, we can't because Ryan's audio quit on us.
I think we released the Snyder Cut.
Which is what?
It's just you talking about the book, and every so often they hear me mumble something.
You don't even hear you mumbling anything. It's
Even
just
better,
gone.
you just have awkward pauses.
I spent way too long trying to recover an hour plus of us talking. It's not that great of a book to put in that
But
much
it's in the
effort.
Fortune verse.
Small recap is Fortune family does it again.
Everybody's faking everybody's death.
We had a book about the Fortune family a little while back, and she has twins. It's her sister. She's a writer. She tries to solve this mystery. Do we solve it? No, and I'm pissed off at the end of it. She also is single the entire book, trying to prove a magazine wrong of how to make someone fall in love with you in 5 steps.
What are the 5 steps?
Don't know, don't care, because we're moving on.
No, come on, we gotta do this. We're gonna do a lightning fast book review.
I don't know the 5 steps. I know that she challenges a
Fortune
man to do these 5 steps to prove them wrong. They end up falling into love and they live happily ever after.
They don't really fall in love. She accepts him. He fell in love. Also, there's another Fortune brother. Give us the oil baron.
Oh yeah, so we learn of you pretty much have 2 sisters marry 2 brothers. The sisters, there's 3 of them. Turns out there's a 4th one, and it's a brother. Who's that brother? oh my God, it's their husband's adopted brother.
Is that confirmed in the story, or is that
It's
just a
not
theory that you and I
confirmed.
came up with?
I feel like I have to get this out there because I'm going to read this other book because there's a third triplet sister and she's got to marry a twin, or she's got to marry a fortune.
We're out of fortunes.
No, they have cousins.
Oh, okay.
Endless supply of these fortune men.
Can Granny take away their money?
Nope. There was something stupid in the last book where some step granny shows up and she's like, I will grant your every wish of your dead grandpa. I don't know. Everyone dies in these books.
Well, they're old.
Yeah.
People die in real life.
And he's like, my wish is to be a great dad. And that comes up in this book, which is why I was actually really excited about this book.
He's a great dad.
He's a great dad, and he doesn't fall for Step Granny's antics, but you know who does? The main male character in this. He's like, I'm going to start a ranch for children to learn how to ride horses.
It's a horse ranch for underprivileged kids.
Yeah. And she's just like, oh, I need to prove this magazine wrong and not fall in love with this man who does really great things.
He's like Derek Zoolander.
Yeah.
It's Derek Zoolander's school for kids who can't read good. Whose school? What is this, a school for ants? I like to imagine that's how that went for him.
Yeah. That's all we got.
What? No, that's it? That's all you're giving him?
That's all we got. I can't go through that book again.
Oh, man.
I also acknowledge before your audio is cut or lost that I can't top your story. That was so great. It just makes me
an awful book.
want
Your book
to
was good.
give you more smutty books. Like, you want something enjoyable, but the way you retell them is too much fun for me to do that.
Dungeon Crawler Carl.
But that means I have to listen to a smutty book next.
Yes. I think you'll enjoy it. I don't. I enjoy some of them. Legends and Lattes, I know it's not smut. Go read that book. It's a good book. This is probably my 5th plug for that book.
It is. Yeah. I love you.
I love you.
You are my bestie.
You're my bestie. Open your legs and close your books. It's over.
No.
Thank you guys for supporting us. It's been a good time. If you'd like more,
follow us here, TikTok or Instagram. Fable, if you want to join our book club. Patreon, if you want episodes early.
dropping on Tuesdays if you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Episodes are releasing on Tuesdays. If there's a 2-parter, it's going to be on Thursdays.
We accept 5-star reviews and nothing less. If you leave something less, you're a motherfucker.
No!
Oh.
Honest reviews.
Not that honest. Only leave a review if you're willing to be a 5-star honest person. Should we come up with something mean to say to him on the way out? I kind of want to pick on him.
No, I would say love you. Bye.
Oh, you can tell him that you love him.
Okay.
I won't.
Love you guys before Ryan bullies you out of here.
I'm fine with most of you. I love you, bye. Close your legs and open your books. Open your legs and close your books. I'm gonna read it. We gonna read books. Close your legs and open your book. I want to learn to read. Open your legs and close your book. I'm tired of reading.
No.
That should be the end of the podcast. All right, close the book, open your legs. It's time to quit reading. Podcast is over. Close your book, open your legs. As you were.
No.
You know how we all walk around just spread out.
No.
Put your pants on, Edith. It's time to read a book.